hitting record there now, and
Yep.
and we're good to go. So I'm just clicking through here just to get this set up on. I've got two screens on the go here, so I'm just going to put everything over onto one screen just to make it that bit easier, and then we're ready. So I've got one of these wireless keyboards, Sean. I thought I was being really smart, but the thing bloody goes asleep, and then you have to turn it back off and on again to get it going. I don't know, my old one never used to sleep, but this one seems to. So so you here we go. I'm going to share the screen now with you. You had previously had your old site on WordPress, so you're familiar with the dashboard anyway of logging in, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're probably a newer version, but I'm sure it's much much the
And
same.
actually, since we've just finished your website, there's even a newer WordPress to do an update on as well. So the good news is it all pretty much looks the same. It's just the like inner functioning, so it's a bit different, but that's not something that you need to worry about. So when you're going to your Irish Music Tours website, to get to the back end, what you're going to do is you're going to go to irishmusictours.ie / WP admin, which will automatically change to then this long WP login. But if you just type in Irish Music Tours / WordPress admin, then it will bring you, see, does that redirect to this screen. And then I will email you with your login credentials or whatever. At the minute, it's just set up with me. So when I type in the login, I have it open here. It will take us straight to the dashboard. So you probably recognize this from the last time. This is what the dashboard looks like still. I'm just looking to see, can I get the little glowing spotlight for my mouse now? So that hopefully will, my mouse should be glowing to make it a little bit easier for you. This is the dashboard, and I'm going to just pull up like a live version of the site so you can, we can, oh, it's because I'm logged in. Hang on, we'll pull up a live version over on the other screen. Here we go. So this is what you're seeing on the front end, and then this is what we're seeing on the back end. And over here is all of the things that take care of what people are going to see on the front end. For you, the main sections that you're going to be working in and concerned with is the post section for number one.
Yeah.
And post is what, if I click posts, post is any content that you're going to be creating that's going to show up over here on the blog section of the website. So whatever you create as a post will go here. And I was doing one of these recently with somebody, and they're saying, oh, but like, I won't really need to be doing that. And I would say, to boost up your organic results and how you're organically found in search engines, I can't stress enough how much you need to get familiar with the post section and writing content for this part. Because it will essentially just organically drive traffic to your site. And so I'm just going to do a quick run through of what you do to create a post that would be shown here, okay? So you click posts, you get this page here. What you're going to do is you're going to go to this add new part and click that. Then you have this nice blank page staring at you. Now you either type in your text in here, or if you remember, we spoke before about that voice to text tool, Otter. You can copy and paste your text in from Otter if you prefer to do it as voice to text. So either type something here or voice to text and copy and paste it. Then once you have your text and your title, don't forget to give it a title. Once you have those two things done, and also just to mention, this bit here is just like your word processor, like your Microsoft Office or your Google Docs. If you want to put something in bold or you want to give it a heading, you can use these tools to center it, or whatever. This one here is if you want to edit a link. So say you wanted to write something about like the best place to buy t-shirts is here, and then you want to turn this bit here into a link, say to Celtic Treasures. You're going to highlight it, click this insert link, and here you're going to write you have the option then, Sean, of saying if you want it to open in a new window or you want it to just open in the same window. I personally often click new window, but it's up to you. Personally, I click new window so they're not bouncing off my site entirely, and there's more of a chance that they'll come back on from the other tab and things like that. But there's cases for and against opening it in new windows, so it's up to you. But it just keeps it nice and tidy instead of you having, the Celtic Treasures link, like,
of course,
written there. Sorry, my typing. Like that looks nicer than this. And also, if you have a link like this, people are more inclined to click on it. So when you've got your text written there and any links connected, it's really, really useful to try and find things that you can link to when you're doing blog posts. It boosts up your, they're called backlinks, and it kind of boosts your site's credibility if you're linking to other people's sites and similarly other people are linking to your sites. Google sees you as something that is obviously useful if people are linking to you. They boost up your quality score for your search results, and generally they just give you a better score in their own little algorithm as being a better quality website. So if you can link to either, and the great thing is, like, you have multiple sites that within this kind of niche that you can link to and link back from. So you can grow that by connecting with other people, but for the short term, you can link to Celtic Treasures, you can link to other places, that are relevant. So that's the content creation part. Over here on the right hand side of the page is where you're going to set different things. So let's look at this. We've got, if you want to save it as a draft and come back later, just click save draft. If you want to, and I really encourage people to do this, is to sit down and put in their blog posts and then schedule them. So maybe pick one day a month or every 2 months where you're going to just focus on getting your content done and scheduled, and then you don't have to think about it. So that means you only have to sit and do this once every 30 or 60 days. If you're doing that, you go to this publish part here, and you don't want to publish immediately, so you want to click edit. Here you get this little drop down. You can pick what day and what time to publish it, and then click OK. So say we want to publish it still February, but say we want to do it on Saturday. And let's say we have been gathering some information through our Google Analytics about what time people are on our website, and we know that people are mostly on our website at let's say they're searching for nice tours after the kids have gone to bed, and that's maybe 10 p.m. that they get some free time to do that. So actually it's a 24-hour clock, so don't get caught by that. So you would do that, and now see it's gone from publish to schedule. And if we click schedule there, this will then just automatically go out on that day that we scheduled it. So it's super handy to just batch things out and then forget about it.
Very much so, yeah.
the next part of this is the format. So you can play around with this. Most people will just leave it on standard, but if you click different things here, it will display slightly differently over here on the article kind of view. So what you select here will affect how it looks here. This would be standard.
Yes.
Then categories. So this is something that you need to just build up over time as you're posting content. At the moment, all WordPress sites will have an uncategorized category. That's kind of a catch-all, just on the off chance that you forget to give it a category, or if it doesn't fit into one. So at the minute, you've got our news. You can add other ones like music tours. You could add other categories like helpful tips. So in that, say, for example, you might have like little lists and checklists of like what to pack for an Irish holiday, what to, you know, what to do in a certain place, and then always include and catch up with Irish Music Tour's tour of this particular place, or, you know, things like that. So whatever categories you want to cover in your blog and your content, you would just put the category title here. This parent category thing, most people don't use it, but that's if you have like subcategories. So for example, say you had a category about music tours, and maybe you wanted to specifically only talk about tours that were in Scotland. So you would have a, you know, a subcategory for that. For your blog, that's pretty niching things down. Most people don't, but just so you're aware, that is an option and something you can do. So whatever you decide, you type in your category. So tips, or say top tips is one category you want to use. You would just then click add category. And if this particular blog post falls into multiple categories, you can click as many as it falls under.
Yeah.
And then most used, as you start posting content regularly, your most used will be there, easy for you to click through. Tags is a great way of, it helps the search engines kind of quickly go through what the content is and find these kind of keywords and things. So if you are talking about like say Irish Music Tour, a tour of Donegal, for example, you might tag that music tour and you might tag it Donegal. And how you separate your tags here is you would do, and then a comma will separate the tag, or you can individually click add after you come up with each one. So you can comma and then add in the next one, or no comma and just click add. When you've got your tags coming up, they will then be shown at the bottom of your articles that you're putting up. Will help people then search through. Say I'm a visitor on your website and I've read a really helpful how-to guide and I want to read some more, but I don't really want to go through everything. I can tap the tag at the bottom and it will show me all of the other things that you've got tagged with that.
Right.
Kind of that whole user experience thing. It's just, you know, so trying to stay on top of your tags is just really good practice, and also it's better for your search engine stuff too. And then again, you'll have a little cloud as you go here, as you progress with whatever your most common tags are. And then this whole process will just ultimately become so much faster because you're just, you know, you write the thing or you copy and paste the thing, and then it's a few clicks on this side and boom, you're done. The other great thing about Otter, the voice to text thing, is I love that if you've gone to the trouble of just kind of speaking out an article, and then you obviously need to just tweak it and edit it, it also gives you automatically a list of what your keywords are, which usually form the tags. So you don't have to kind of give that brain space to like, oh, what now am I going to tag this, or what was I talking about there? Especially if you're doing one of those days where you're batching things out and then you're trying to remember things, or, you know, well, which article now am I working on? If you have your Otter open, you can see, well, the keywords for this article are whatever, and you can just pick whichever ones you think are relevant for the tags and just paste them in. I love it for that.
Perfect.
To post attributes, so you've got, just leave this on default, I would recommend. And then featured
Okay.
image. So this is where you are going to either upload or select an image that's relevant to the article. So when you put a featured image here, that's what's going to show over here as your image at the hero image at the top. It's also going to show if you share the article on social media, it'll be the image that's pulled for that. So
Okay.
don't forget your featured image, or else you'll have nothing nice for people to look at. That's not to say that you can't include images throughout the text here. You absolutely can. There's a way of adding in images along here somewhere. Let me see. Where am I going now? Oh, there was a button right here for images, which seems to have disappeared, but not to worry, because we built the site using this thing called Elementor. So you've probably heard of Elementor, but if you have your text and everything here and you want to maybe tweak things, you can easily click Elementor and it will bring up this kind of page builder. So we've only got the best place to buy a t-shirt and we haven't given it a title yet, and we never added our picture. But say we wanted to add in like a little bit more information or a picture somewhere else in the article, what we can do is I probably did that too fast, sorry Sean. This little button here, you click the plus to add. You decide how you want it to look. So do you want just one box of content? Do you need 2 boxes, 3 boxes? So say we just want one for a central picture. We'd pop up here to the side, and then you go to image and you drag that over, drop it in the box. And that's leaving us a space then for an image within our text. So this is separate to our hero image that's featured, you know, from the page previous. You still need to do your featured image. Otherwise, when you share it, it won't have an image. But if you want to add in images throughout the piece, or if you want to add in like a little video clip or anything, this is how you do that. So once you've got the placeholder, you just click over here, choose image, and again, you either upload your file, dragging and dropping your file here, or you go through your media library and pick whatever's there. When you are uploading a image, so just let me just grab an image real quick just to put in, just to show you something. Here's an image from one of the things on Celtic treasures, but we can delete this out afterwards. So if we drop that there, it's making it show me now. I'll do it this way. Usually you can drag and drop it, but maybe not while zooming. Let me just see. So when you upload a picture, I would always encourage you to get into the practice of whatever the picture is, giving it a title, a proper title here. So say, for example, this is a picture relevant to your tour. It's really, really good practice, Sean, to give it a title that if you think of how people are using the internet, so a lot of people are searching Google, but using the images button. So if you title it here and you give it the right keywords, you're more likely to come up then in Google image search, which means you're optimizing how your site's being found and how people are going to navigate to your site. So nobody on the front end will see this title, but I recommend making sure that you give it the title that is relevant, that you want to be found for. So say this alt tag, you may have seen this or heard of this. It's been really in the news in the last 12 months or so for people who maybe are using devices for accessibility. So people who are vision impaired, their devices will not, they can't obviously see the internet because they are vision impaired, but they have devices that read things to them. And there was a huge struggle around everyone. We are also visual. So the internet suddenly became all images and less text. That was a really big problem for people using accessibility devices because they couldn't read the images because they're images, right? So this is where this
Yeah.
alt text is used. So if you add here, it's a bit like if you ever put your TV accidentally on audio description and they start like narrating to you what's going on in EastEnders rather than you watching it. And they're like, and now he puts the cup of tea down on the table. That happened to me once with my granddad and I was like, what is going on? But it's actually exactly what we need to do here. So in alt text, we would write, for example, for this image, we would write something like cardboard box with merchandise sign overlay. So somebody who couldn't actually see the image would know what that is. Does that make sense?
Yes, you describe what the yeah, it does, yeah.
So like if we, for this one here with the lovely dolmen, like we would write for alt text, we would write like, you know, dolmen on grass at sunset.
Yes.
So just so it's just making your site that bit more accessible. It's not a really big thing here yet, but in America, companies are actually being fined for not doing this and not being accessible for disabilities. So it's not a thing here, but I would imagine if it's already legislation there, it's only a matter of time before it comes in over here. And it's so much easier for you to have started on the right foot than to have to track back when that becomes something that's law and go, oh shit, how many pictures have we now got to revisit on the site? So if we get in the practice of doing it now, then happy days. We don't have to worry about it afterwards. So let's say we've done that. You click insert media, that brings it up there. And that's how you insert an image to your post. Over here for image size, you can make the image smaller or bigger if you want over here. The other thing that might be really useful for you to know, because you might use this other insert a lot because you're music, would be to add in a video clip. So if you're maybe making a blog post and you want to add in a clip from a tour, you can do this. So you can drop the same way we did the images, you would just drag over a video, and to put in your own video, you just edit the box and see here where it says link. You can link any video that you've got on your YouTube channel or anybody else's YouTube channel, basically any video in the world
Of course.
on YouTube. Once you have the link, you can put that there. So any video will play. You can then get really specific. If you want a video to start at a certain time or an end time, you can have it auto playing. That's actually only a new thing. It used to be that you couldn't auto play YouTube videos, but now you can have it auto playing. You can have it auto playing on mute so as not to be too invasive to the person on your site. Some people really don't like when they go onto a page and then the site starts like talking really loud to them. If they're like, imagine if they're in the loo or something, and then trying to be stealth. So you can decide there what way you want it. If you want the player controls to show or not show, it's, you know, it's just a matter of you getting in and having a bit of a play with that. But this might be really useful to showcase some of the great things that you guys experience on the tours, so you can sell that experience through your posts to prospective customers. So once you have this done and you've decided that this is finished, you would click the publish button here down at the bottom, and that will publish this as you know, as your finished piece. So we'll click publish there. So you see, to get out of this screen, then you go up to the top left and then you just go back to dashboard. That will bring us right back to the page where we were. If we had given this a title, that would have been the title there.
Yeah.
We've lost our writing here because basically by clicking that edit with Elementor button, we overrode the bit that we were typing in. So really it's either do the typing or go straight and do it in Elementor.
Right. That seems a better way of doing it, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people would like the Elementor aspect because they have the freedom to add in the photos where they want and the videos. Some people would prefer to stick to just doing it in this part because they're afraid they're going to break the website. But just as well to flag that even though you press that green publish button that was down at the bottom left, you'll see here it still says scheduled. It hasn't actually published live because we had told it prior to that, it's going to be a scheduled post. So if you are going to use Elementor and you're scheduling them, you're not going live immediately, just schedule it before you go into edit with Elementor.
Yeah.
And even if you've edited with Elementor, the categories and tags and that still apply.
Very good.
Okay, so that is that. Now, if you have, like, so here we go, this is scheduled, you'll see it's scheduled. If you have maybe accidentally gone live with something and you didn't want to, you can do a quick edit and you can change the date or time here.
Yeah.
Say you and Brona have both got accounts and you want to change the author, you can do that. Like I have my support one here, and this, so that's just an example of how you'll see different profiles. You can change who's written something. You can have it as attributed to Irish Music Tours, or you can have it attributed to yourselves individually, personally. It's up to you.
Yeah.
The other great thing is if you can password protect certain articles. So see here, password or private. I don't know if you have any need for that, but just so you're aware, you can create a post and only give access to it to somebody with a password. So, that might be if you had a specific group and you wanted to just quickly put up a quick post with information specific for them, you can do that and give them then the link to view it and the password.
Right.
So, and then say for example, you decided, well, that was just a pile of rubbish and I don't want to share that at all. You can just click the trash button.
Yes.
And then it goes. If for any reason you accidentally click the trash button, and it happens, especially if you have tiny people crawling all over you while you're trying to do stuff, and then you think, oh my God, my hours of work has disappeared, you don't have to worry. The trash can here will sit there until you empty it. So you can restore it straight from the trash can.
Oh, very good.
So you don't need to worry about that. The categories and tags section up here, this is just where you can bulk edit your categories or bulk edit your tags if you want to. So there's just a few tags that are there as like inspiration, but you can work away and do that. Comments, so this is where you will be able to approve comments or not. There is truthfully an awful lot of junk comments that come in on blog posts, so generally
I noticed that, Russian ones.
Yeah, and people selling like loads of shite. So generally I would always say to people, don't have auto approve turned on, because a lot of times people are trying to spam you to link to their own products. Like there's one, generic Viagra, like no thanks.
Yeah.
So you can bulk delete them, or like this is really common. Hello dear, like we're regularly visiting your website. No, you're not. A lot of them are just junk, but you can go through them individually. And what I would say is sometimes they look legit here. Always just double check the username. Like this one, sex tube. Pretty sure that's not a real person, but it starts off with my family. So you think, oh, okay, so it sounds genuine. I'll give that one more time, and it pretty much usually isn't. So just it's a bit of like, I guess, due diligence, because you don't want to have spammy posts on your site that are going to affect your credibility.
Yeah.
But you can approve here. If you hover on any of them, you can approve, you can reply, you can do like a quick edit, you can spam them or trash them. If you spam them, they get flagged with like the AI to know that these are kind of spammy people, and hopefully it gets rid of them from other people's sites too over time. But let's say you decide these are all just junk, like meet local hot girls. Okay, whatever. You can select all and then bulk action. You can bulk approve, bulk mark as spam, bulk move to trash. So let's say they're all spam. You can click apply and then they're gone. Like with your posts, nothing is truly gone until you do the next step. So you now see you've got 18 sitting in your spam folder. They'll stay there until you go into your spam folder, and then again tell it you want to empty the spam. And then that's that. You'll see then when you're making your own comments, they'll come up here as mine, anything pending or anything. So it's just kind of getting in there and then having a look around and seeing what is what. WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is where the store is going to be, if for your sales and things like that. So that's going to be your overview. If you click that, you'll have your overview of total sales here. You'll get a little bit more familiar with this as well with the other website too. So now down to the products, which is the tours and the bookings. So if you look at the next tab here, products, it's a bit misleading because it makes you think that this is like the physical stuff, but this is the tours that you're selling. So if you click products, this is where we will have a list of all of the tours that you've got. We have a couple of those then from when we did the original site, but then we couldn't, we switched that. So ignore the two products there, but the tour products are here. And this is where you're going to be, if you're setting up a new tour, this is where you're going to list it as a product. And again, like how we did the posts, it's pretty much once you get into the groove, you'll see when you click on something, just automatically look to the top left and see, can you add new? The other great thing is for you might just find it easier to duplicate a current tour and then jump in and do the editing. That's what a lot of people would do, because they know it's pretty much set up. You just need to tweak things.
Change dates and things like that.
Exactly. So what you would do there is you would just click the duplicate button and it will come up as like copy and the same name. If we click into it, you'll see here how it goes. So very much the same layout as the posts. You've got the heading. And I forgot to mention with the posts, so this next bit applies to both. See here where it says permalink. And then we have this long link here. You can choose to edit that really easily by clicking this, and it will change the back end. What I would always recommend is always keeping it small letters. And keeping it relevant to what the thing is. That aside from just being really clear to the people viewing the product, Google for your organic searches, and if you are ever going to use Google Ads for any of these tours, the landing page, the relevance of this part of the link and the page then that it's navigating to will affect directly the quality score that Google give you. So having your permalink set up that's accurate and relevant is good for you and good for business. But if you want to change that, so why would you want to change that? Well, maybe see if we had duplicated this, it would come up as copy, and the word copy maybe also included here. So you might want to then jump in and just take the word copy out when you edit the title. Generally, if you change this, though, it will change there. And then again, you've got the option to do with Elementor. You can preview your changes. If, for example, you are creating a tour and see how Black Friday is now a thing, and we all know that deals are going to drop on Black Friday. I know that's not specifically relevant to you, but as an example, that we're all conditioned now to look for what's coming on Black Friday, and those deals don't go live until that day. You can do things like that, where you can, like your blog post, go in and do the work, create the product, and schedule it that it can't actually go live until midnight of whatever day. And it's exactly how you did the blog post one. This is currently published, but you would click here and you would just go to schedule, and it would schedule out to go live as a product. here's your product categories. So travel package is what this is categorized as. Again, you can add different categories if you want to. Tags, so this is tagged as promotion. You can tag it as other things as well as that. Keep this as the default template, and here is the image that goes along with it. You can change that if you want. If you want to set up payment reminders, so if you want to send out like a second payment reminder, you can do a date here for that. If you want to set up a gallery to go with it, if you click this, you can pull in different images from your media library, or again, upload them here, and you can have your gallery view there. When you are setting up your product, this is where this product data tab, which can be quite easy to miss sometimes, is where you're going to set up the info. So if you drop this down, this is this is going to be your happy place. So don't miss that bit, that little arrow. This is where you do your information. So if the product is taxable, you would set the tax there, standard tax. It's a booked service. Inventory, so if you SKU is stock keeping unit, because your product is a service, that's most people wouldn't really use the stock keeping unit code here, but even for the Celtic Treasure site, you know, you might want to have like, say it's like merchandise t-shirt number 1 or slogan t-shirt number 1, you might have little codes attached, so you'll know for the fulfillment stage or for stock keeping at a glance a little bit easier what's what.
Yeah.
Manage stock, so again, not relevant for this because you're doing a service, but just to know for the other site, and I will give you a look and a walkthrough quickly of the other site, but there's no point in me giving you like exactly the same talk for two. So the products, like you're using WooCommerce on both websites, so once you configure it here, it's pretty much the same. So inventory, for here, not relevant because you're a service, but for the other site, you might want to capture your inventory there. Shipping, again, not relevant here for you, but if you were setting up a product for your other store, this is exactly where you will be setting out the weight of your t-shirt. If you want to give the dimensions, now this isn't the dimensions of the product, this is the dimensions for shipping, so the envelope that product is going into, or the weight. And if you are going to be shipping, like I think we have you set up at a flat fee at the minute, but if you were going to be doing something where it's, you know, done by weight, it's really important to capture that accurately so it can auto calculate the postage for you, and you won't get hit when you get to on post and they tell you it's totally different to what you had charged, which I have had that happen, and it's painful. On post accidentally or unknown to me, it was more accurate, put up the prices. So shipping for here is no shipping class, but if this was a physical product, you would be picking what shipping class there. Linked products, this is really, really handy to know that you can like if you imagine Amazon, and I have no doubt that you must have bought something on Amazon in your life, it will tell you there, you know, it will recommend other things. It will say like, oh, Sean, I see you're buying that. Maybe you like this. And other people who have bought what you're buying also bought this. So this is where you can essentially set that up. Upsells is when you're selling up, and cross sells is that thing that Amazon suggests, like that other people who have bought that bought this. Upsells is, you know, if we're booking a tour and then you say like, well, would you also like to buy passes to X, Y, or Z? And they could also be set up as products in your store. But because I'm buying whatever tour, suddenly these passes as an add-on are suggested to me.
Yeah.
So that might be a useful kind of use case for you for that. And again, it's just a matter of setting up whatever those passes would be as a new product, adding in your description, and then here you would start typing in whatever those passes are, or whatever the upsell or cross sell is. Attributes. So if there's any particular attributes for a product not relevant for your services. Variations. This particular variation tab will be really useful for you over in Celtic Treasures if you're doing, say, t-shirts with multiple sizes, or I know they're all black at the minute, but if you were thinking of doing different colors, you might have that listed as one product, and then the variation would be black, white, or small, medium, large, or whatever the variation is. For you here on the services, your variations are number of people that can book in the tour. So this is where that's set up. Value of the value is the people.
Yeah.
And then again, this is the beauty of if you are setting up a new tour, if you duplicate a current tour, you at least know that that bit is done for you.
Yeah, that all transfer over.
Yes. Advance. So advance is if you're given like a purchase note or anything that will go through to them when they're at the time of purchase. Get more options. That's just an upsell from WooCommerce for you to buy their own extra tools, because wouldn't be a selling platform if they weren't trying to sell something else to us. Product short descriptions. So if you have any short description to put in there, you can do. Anything that you do, you can do quick preview changes, and you'll see the, oh, it's, hang on, preview changes. Why is it not working? Oh, we haven't made any changes either, probably why. But you can double check things as preview changes here. And yeah, so hang on a second now. We'll go back to all products. I'm going to leave that. That's telling me I didn't update that. So sorry, I should have just said that to you. When you set up your new tour, or when you're editing a current tour, see the update button over here? Make sure you click update. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world, because as you saw there, when I clicked all tours, you'll get this prompt, changes may not be saved. So if you haven't clicked update or save, immediately press cancel and then click update or save. But like that, if you're just popping in here to check something and you don't need to save anything, we can leave. And that's that. So that's where your products are.
Where does the prices go in that, Meg? I didn't see anywhere
referred. Oh, sorry. So your prices are in the variable products. So hang on. Do you know what? I was on a training yesterday with somebody, and the same thing happened, and I was like, where's the prices gone? Something has changed within WooCommerce. And then I was saying to them, I'll have to get back to you. I'll send you a video about prices. And then the penny dropped and I went, oh yeah, it's right there. And now for the life of me, I'm like, same thing. It's that's the thing. I'm thinking, where's the prices gone? Prices.
In the old site, it was actually a standard, the very bottom of that edit pane, as you went down, you were able to put your...
Yeah. No, it's definitely here, because I was on this like yesterday with somebody else. So just bear with me 2 seconds. Right, I'll come back to that, right? And
that's all right, yeah.
Definitely we need to know, I need to tell you how you put prices in for sure, but I will come back to that. We'll just power on to the other bits, and so you have this all together instead of me in the middle of the video going, how do you find the prices? So all products, and then as well as the see this in stock, out of stock. If you do quick edit, you can mark things as in stock or out of stock.
Oh yes, yes.
Or you can do that in the main one. Just if you wanted, like, see for example, with the flux that everybody is in at the minute with the pandemic, and we're not really sure if things are open or not open or what's going on, you can mark things out of stock if you wanted to. to sorry, the phone is ringing here.
Oh, walk away.
But it's okay. I'm waiting for my co-pilot to come in and answer. So that is the products there. I will circle back to the pricing part for you before we finish up. Then we're just going to go down to the booking section. This is the other place where you're going to be hanging out. So when somebody is like booking things, you will be setting up your calendar and all that here. So you'll see this is pulled over the different tours.
Yeah.
So if you needed to create a new custom calendar for a particular tour or edit a calendar for a tour, this is where that's going to happen.
Right.
So if you click, so we've got the Clover's Revenge. This is giving us the information for that. This is the name of the tour. So we've got a default calendar at the minute. But again, if you wanted to link this, so remember we had said previously you could link things to your Google Calendar.
Yep.
There's a way that that can be done. So you can assign this. At the moment, it's just the standard calendar, but it can be linked to other calendars if you wanted. Like for me, any of my kind of tools, I always try and make sure it links to my Google Calendar. So I at least know that I can like log in on my phone if I have something on and mark myself not available, and it will update everywhere then. So that might be something that's useful for you if you don't want to be having to log into the website all the time. Pending booking. So if you have a booking pending, you'll see the information here when you click pending bookings.
Yeah.
And the current bookings will show up. So when you have bookings for the tours, you'll be able to click on whatever date that they're booked for and see. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm going to jump over just to go through the the Celtic Treasure site back end just real quick with you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much everything that we've just gone through here, but just a few other, I think, things. So if we're on this is going to take me to that back end here again, is it? No. So here's the Irish Music Tours, and if we click shop, it will take us to Celtic Treasures, which isn't supposed to look like this. Hang on a second, what's going on? Sometimes funny things happen on Zoom. Hang on, this is how it's supposed to look. I'll have to just double check what's going on that, if it's a Zoom issue or if it's something else. But this is how it's looking, so people can jump through to jewelry, to merchandise. I just clicked jewelry there, sorry, to jewelry or merchandise or tweed. I also have the tab for t-shirts in the drop down, just so it's easier to navigate if people maybe want to just go to the t-shirt side of things. When we finish up here, I'll just jump on and check the homepage layout is working okay, because that gave a funny display, but it won't take. It might be that we're on Zoom, or it might be that's anyway, don't worry about that, we'll fix that. This is we'll get the dashboard now for Celtic Treasures up.
It's the same thing then, WP admin.
Exactly the same thing, yeah. And so when you get to the WP admin, this is the screen that you'll get. Same as the other one, pretty much. You have the posts. Now we don't have on the site, we don't have a blog per se set up on the up here on the navigation bar, because we didn't mention one. But so at the moment, if you put posts, they're not going to go anywhere. But what if you want to be updating blog posts and content to Celtic Treasures as well? I wasn't sure if you did. You can have them like as a feed on your homepage, or you can stick on a blog tab, whatever you want. it's just also to be aware that that's another place then to have to create content to. Or what you could do is you could stick a tab on the navigation bar that says blog, but actually it could just redirect people back to the Irish Music Tours blog.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
So it's that kind of ecosystem of, you know, one feeding the other, feeding the other.
Yeah.
So blog posts, we don't need to worry about that then if we're going to be just linking up with the other one. You've got your WooCommerce and your products for this page. So products, and this is all the products from the store at the minute. And we can close out all these, you don't need to worry about these, they're just like taking up space. So to add a new product, same way as we would do the other stuff, you click add product, scroll down, product name, any images of it that you want to add. Again, you can schedule it or you can publish it immediately. So back to that kind of Black Friday example, you could use that as a kind of like a scarcity marketing tactic. You know, you could be saying, oh, these products are coming on whatever, and like, you know, they're already queued up in the store and they're going to go live automatically. But just you know, just for your launching or whatever. Here you do your description. Now I did notice that we don't have descriptions for most of the stuff, so just, you know, if you want to be given like the descriptions or the measurements of things or sizes or anything like that, then we need to be putting that in the product description box down here, or you can put it, this is like the first kind of bit of information they would see that goes up here, and then any kind of sub information like sizing and things is what normally people would put down here.
Yeah.
And then this is where, so a simple product, you've got simple product, grouped product, external affiliate product, or variable product. Now for your tours, we were looking at variable product because the variable was the number of people booking the tour. So for most other products, so say for example the Lucky Penny necklace, that's going to be a simple product because literally it is what it is. It's one size, it's a necklace, and it's just going to fit you.
Yeah.
Here you can say your regular price, and you would give it the price. If you were doing like a sale, you would do your sale price here, and then it will show, you know, regular price and new price. Back to scheduling and that kind of automated aspect. If you want to run a sale between a specific period, or, you know, say you were doing I'm trying to think of what's coming up next, Valentine's Day, you could do like a sale for Valentine's Day on specific items, or, you know, whatever, and you can pick the dates that sale's happening, and then it will best thing is you can set and forget. You don't have to worry about coming back to it to turn it off, or like that the sale is going to continue because you've fallen asleep and it's after midnight. You can just set that up and then that's done. Or not. Then inventory, so this is where you might want to have those stock keeping units. It's not such an issue when you have a really small store, but as the store grows, it's, you know, it's easier again to have kind of started as you mean to continue, and having just little codes that you know what they are. So for example, say you're getting your hats from one supplier, but then you end up getting hats, like different hats from a different supplier. You might have like a little code for, you know, which hat is coming from where for yourself, so you know which one then is purchased.
Yeah.
Here's where you can do your in stock, out of stock, or on back order. So say you've had a big run on hats and you still want to be able to sell them. You don't want to mark them out of stock, but you don't actually have them to ship. You can mark it as on back order, so other people can still pay you for them, and you'll ship it then when it's ready.
It's in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where you do that. Shipping. So this is then your custom shipping, your weight. So make sure you're giving the weight of things here. So, you know, things are captured accurately or whatever.
Yeah.
Linked products, we already mentioned that. Attributes, so here this would be like if attributes are, what are attributes? This is because we're on a simple product. Don't think we need to use attributes on simple products. That's again more if we were doing other things like the variables and that. Advanced, so again, if you need to leave a note, like for example, if the bog rings are natural products, you might want to leave a note saying, you know, this is a natural product, and you know, subtle variations are going to be in each thing. You might also choose to say that in the description, but you might want to reiterate here in the note. Like another example would be Brexit. So I have a couple of clients that are asking for their purchase notes to specifically say, you know, we are a UK company, so if you are buying from outside of the UK, you are liable for the taxes that you may incur. We're not liable for them.
Yes.
So anything like that, like particularly for you, if you're maybe shipping to America, that tax thing might go two ways. I know if I ever buy anything in America, I'm always hit by tax. So you might want to say, you know, third party fees, you're not liable for them, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's the simple product, and this is where you set your pricing for your simple product. Grouped products. Group products, Sean, would be say you had like multiple things that you want to sell together, or you wanted to be able to display together. So like, for example, I have a lady that I've just finished her site, and she's like a fitness coach. So she's grouped different classes of groups of her fitness products together, so she can display them as like, you know, like ones that are kind of more rigorous exercise versus ones that are more gentle exercise. So when you set up, first of all, you would set things up as a simple product, and then you can group them afterwards here. I don't think you'll be really grouping things. I think for you, it's going to mostly be simple and variable, because variable, like we said on the other site, that is like if you are doing variable sizes for t-shirts or variable colors. Yeah, exactly. So I was wondering why that disappeared on me. So for group products, then you would then like link what you're grouping here, but I don't think that's going to be, well, you might circle back to me and say, go back to that group product thing, but I don't think we need that right now. So variable, again, is where you're going to set up the variations here, and all of that. We haven't actually got variations set up for this shop because I didn't have any. So if you want me to set up some variations for you, you need to let me know what the variations are. So if, for example, you're selling the t-shirts in small, medium, large, or whatever the exact sizing of t-shirts are.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna excuse me, cough. Or if you are doing, I think we did have a conversation where you said that the color for the t-shirts at the moment was black, but if there was variations around color, the variations need to be set up, but I don't have that info. So if you want me to do it, send me over the info for that. So that is that. And then again, like the blog post and the products from the other site, you know, you can tag things to make it easier for people to search. So if this was you know, something to do with jewelry or merchandise, and again, as your store grows, you'll be adding new categories, I'm sure.
So if I was to select, say, a t-shirt there where you're hovering at, does that mean then that product that I've entered in there will automatically go into the t-shirt
100%? Yeah.
category page?
When somebody then goes to t-shirts here, that will bring them it will go right here.
That's perfect. Yeah.
And if for any reason you forget to give it an attribute here and it goes into uncategorized, it will like basically go to like a no man's land
Yeah.
Not there. So I did have that with somebody recently. They were saying, I'm putting in products and I can't find anything. Nothing's going in my store. And that ended up just being the issue. It was just something really simple. But a really quick way that you can see that is if you go to all products, and we'll just leave this here. If you go to all products, you'll be able to see, as you scroll down, see the categories, t-shirt merchandise, stunning goods.
Yes.
So you'll be able to see if there's something not categorized there. Now you'll be able to see that because now you know to look for it. But maybe if you didn't, like, for example, none of these have tags. A lot of people don't tag products; they just tag posts. But some people do because they think it helps them be found or helps people search. Yeah. So similarly, if you had stock keeping units, they would all be here. And so for your t-shirts with variations, your stock keeping unit might be, slogan T1 and then like L for large or M for medium or BLK for black.
Yeah, it's just like a product code.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And like these are currently marked out of stock, so you can see what that looks like here. If it's a thing then that you want to add them into stock, you just click them then and go in and then just mark them in stock. So let's go through that real quick. Sometimes there's a real delay when you're doing Zoom and screen sharing. So here we go into inventory, out of stock or in stock.
Yeah.
Or on back order, whatever you want. And then see there, you've got your product image. And so just to give you an example now, this is the tweed bag. So it's not showing up here, or it is there because it's out of stock. But if we go to buy it, so we can't add it to cart, out of stock there.
Oh, yes, yes.
And we couldn't add it to cart here, like how these ones have add to carts, because we've marked these both as out of stock.
Right.
So we can do, and that's the other thing there as well, Sean. So we can do quick view, or the customer can do quick view. And if you have your description, they're good, that whole white space will be full of what the description is. And the more appealing we can make it sound, the better. Like, like we're selling the dream here of, beautiful, handmade, Irish, luxury, tweed, all those good words that people
I have it written. It is written down somewhere.
Perfect.
And I could swear I typed it up to send to you. Maybe it didn't or something. It's somewhere. I know it because I remember doing it somewhere along the line. I have that. So I can do, now that I know how to get into this and how to get into
perfect. And you know what, even that, like if you want to jump in and do it and then you want a second set of eyeballs on it or anything, whatever, you just give me a shout. So that's the quick view for the customer, or they can click into it and they get brought to the page. There's just like a little bit of placeholder text. People will be able to review it if they had reviewed it. If you had done the gallery, added in photos for the gallery, this would be, a gallery of images along here.
Of course, yeah.
And then here's related products. So, I might be browsing this and then I'll see that other things are now related products right now, or just products within the category.
Yeah.
But if you had set that as upsells or cross sells, I might be seeing, different things here.
Very good.
And then for your t-shirts, so these are other products just being mentioned here. These are just the titles or the slogans on your t-shirts. You might want to call that like slogan t-shirt 1, slogan t-shirt 2. It's up to you. At the moment, they're just titled with what the slogan is.
Yeah.
And how you would do that is just going back to your list of products. And you can even do that as a quick edit. So you can either click into it and change the title, or just click quick edit and then change that to like, I have to be careful here. I was typing something for t-shirts for somebody earlier on and I realized I was calling them t-shites. Not so good. So see, now I've changed this, but the slug, which is the bit after the link, the second half of the link, is still that really long one.
Yep.
So just don't forget that you want to change that then to, if we were changing this to slogan t-shirt 1, you would change it to all smalls, don't forget, like that.
Yep. Do you have to put hyphens in?
Yeah, hyphens are better to differentiate between the words. So
Okay.
it will automatically do the hyphens for you as you do spaces if you were doing it at time of creation. But if you were going in to edit it, you need to do that bit.
Perfect.
And then the other bit just to draw your attention to is this enable reviews tab. So like how we saw there, this review thing, if you don't want people to be able to review, you can disable that there.
Right.
So that is that. Oh, see here, the price says here 14 to 19, whereas these just say like 19 or 19.95.
Yeah.
This is because this is a variable. So if I just click into this, you will see that. So see here, like, so the other ones, this would have said a simple product. This says variable, and that's why we have the price difference.
Yeah.
And this is my brain melt at the moment. This is same issue with the other side. Where does the variable price tag go? I will find this out, but this is so just so you know anyway, before we find out the answer, that's why that is coming up on the other screen as 2. It's because it has to be set as variable here, same as on the Irish Music Tours. To get that variable price, this must be a variable product.
Okay.
Now variations, and here we go. This is it. Finally. So here we have, if we click into variations, the variations we have for this drinks bottle is either 500 ml or 250, right? And here then we've got, because it's a variable, again, same as Irish Music Tours, it will have its own stock keeping unit. And this is where you capture that. So stock keeping unit, and this is where you set the price. And this is the step as well for Irish Music Tours. So when you were doing this on Irish Music Tours, fast forward to the end of the video to get the pricing. So you can make sure you have variable product. You click on the variations tab, and it's kind of easy to miss. Like, let me just do that bit again. You click variations, and you have to expand. So see, you will see these 2 variations, or for your Irish Music Tours, you're going to see like person 1, person 2, all the way to 10.
Yep.
You need to tell it to expand.
Yes.
And then you will get information for 1 person, you will get information for 2 people, and you'll need to go through them individually. Again, if the prices are the same per tour or whatever, this is where the benefit of duplicating things might come in, because you'll know that the variables are set up, or you just need to tweak the prices or whatever. But this is here, regular price, and this is where you set. So for a 250 ml bottle, it's 14 euros.
Yeah.
So on the other side, it'll be for 1 person, it's X amount. Maybe you're doing a sale, maybe you want to schedule it. This part here is exactly the same as how we talked through sale prices and scheduling the price for sales to go live.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that, you would put in the dates, or you'd cancel that. If it's a variable weight, you would do that. The dimensions, shipping costs, same as parent, just means that it's the same class as the overall product. It's not got a different shipping class. And if it has a variable description, so for example, if you were doing like a white t-shirt versus a black t-shirt, you might edit the description there. And then, so if you're thinking of the other side, the Irish Music Tour side, this would be then person 2, you'd be giving it the different price here. So always just make sure this is where you are changing the price for your variable product.
Yeah.
And then once you've done all that, you click here to save changes. Do not forget to save the changes.
Yeah.
and that is your variables and your pricing. So that also, do you want me to jump over while we're here and just show you that on Irish Music Tours as well?
Yeah, there's a slight difference with the tours. We'll just look at it if you don't mind, because there's
Sure.
a single supplement. I don't know how that works in it. You know, if somebody books, if they book for 2 people, puts per person sharing, so the tour price is for 2 people the same price. And then if one person's going, there's a single supplement added onto that. I don't know if that's added into this or not.
I think we did add that in.
Can't remember.
What I'll do, Sean, is I'll go back through things and double check that. I think we do have that added in, but
yeah. So if one person books, then it's the tour price plus the single supplement. You've probably added that into the price itself. Have you calculated that?
Do you know what? It's quite a while now since I did your pricing on this. So
well, see where it says regular price there, 349. That's a single supplement.
Right.
That's not the tour price. That's a single supplement.
Okay. Okay, well then we can just set that up as like a checkbox or something. We can sort that bit. But for here, for you, so this will be your 1 person fee, and then your 2 people price, 3 people, 4 people, and so on and so forth. And just make sure at the top, when you're setting this up, it's booked appointment service.
Right.
So just make sure that box is ticked. I will revisit the single supplement thing in the morning, but that is pretty much everything for
it's very similar. Yeah, it's very similar to the old one. The setting up the tours is the content and the pictures is nearly identical. This bit here is different. So it's just me getting my head around this bit.
Yeah, and that may be because, well, I think you previously did use WooCommerce, didn't you? But it may be that Woo has, they've updated and stuff themselves.
See, when I was creating a tour in the old site, I had to tell it the minimum and maximum amount of people going on the tour.
Right.
So I think it then, as someone booked, it counted down, and if the tour then got to sold out, it wouldn't accept any more bookings on it. That kind of a thing. We also then, when it came, as I was explaining to you about the booking order, I was able to go in to a tab on the left here, and it was called booking order, and it gave me a list of everyone who filled in a booking form. So it was their name, their email address, how much they paid, how many people they booked for. Just kind of what would you call it? It was information just of the booking.
When you have sales, you'll have the sale information here. So on the WooCommerce side, you have orders.
Right. So that's the same thing. Yep.
Here's like some just test things, but you'll be able to click this and it will say like who ordered and then what was ordered. Like this was just testing the product stuff, but you'll see deposit paid or second payment, and any information then that's there about the tour.
There, yeah, their email address, phone number, and address. That's kind of the info that we need. That's fine. Yeah.
So that will all be captured at over in the WooCommerce tab under orders once orders are done, and then right. if you get your deposits, that'll be the partial payment section.
Yeah,
that was testing it.
That's fine.
And then like that you can do bulk trash, or when somebody orders something you can move it to processing. So say for example you want to change their status from ordered to processing, or you will be doing that in the Celtic Treasure site. Actually we'll jump over and I'll just show you that real quick. But if you want to do that so they know in the Irish Music Tours that you've got the order, or you've got their booking and it's in review or whatever, you can do that here.
Yeah.
Over in Celtic Treasures, Where are we with Celtic Treasures site? That's this one. Under WooCommerce, leave that there. Under orders, there's no orders here at the minute, but you will be able to see the orders, and then you'll be able to mark it as in progress and complete. So like how we see these here, these say payment pending or whatever, you can select the order and then you can move it to like on hold or change status to completed.
Yeah, that's when it's posted out.
When it's posted, exactly. And then they'll get like a little automated email that says your order has been processed or your order has been, you know, marked complete or whatever.
Very good.
So that's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I have a note here now to myself about the other single supplement thing, just to double check about that. But what I would really suggest is just jumping in when you have time now and just kind of doing it, or going through like adding a post and or adding a new listing just as text listing. And
what I have to do now is all of our tours for this year are all rescheduled. They're all cancelled till 2022. So this is a nice wee exercise for me. If you send me through the login details,
yeah,
I have to change all the dates. So that's my breaking the ice, and we'll take it from there then. And I'll not be long getting my head around it. It's very similar to the last one.
Great.
The shop one is going to be completely different, but we'll get there.
You'll be fine, you'll be fine. And then as well, like after you've got your head around that bit, you can start maybe having to think about how you're connecting with people, like with your email marketing, and how you're, you know, hooking them in to sell more to them or just sell the experience to them.
So, yeah, the Google Workspace. Now, how do I link my emails to the workspace?
Your email, so the emails for Irish Music Tour, whatever your first bit is, like hello or info or Sean at irishmusictours.ie, should be connected.
Not yet. I'll tell you, this is the email that I'm getting now, right? From Google Workspace. So the next step is to connect irishmusictours.ie with Gmail before your Workspace trial expires. I've done that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I sign in, it says my Workspace account, username, domain name, sign in. So I'm just going to quickly sign in here, and then this is what is throwing me at the minute. So I have to verify my account. Where's my phone? Where is it? God, there's so many layers of authentication.
Oh, do you know what, Sean? It's the pain in my side, because where we live, there is no phone coverage. And now it's all this two-factor authentication. And like, it's like I have to go out and walk up the road a couple of miles and stand on my leg and
the window.
Jump up and down. I'm like, oh my God. So I get that they want to keep everything secure, but oh my goodness, it's just, it's driving me bonkers.
Right. So I'm on a what would you call this? A homepage, for want of a better word.
Right.
And I have no email addresses linked. So the login account name is info@irishmusictours.ie.
Right.
And then when we changed our hosting, the settings for that email account, I had that on my phone. So I was receiving emails to that via the old hosting company.
Yeah.
Once we changed, that then stopped because the settings had all changed. So I haven't got any emails to that email address.
I thought when you went into Google that, because I've set that up in the back end, they make you do this thing called like text verification, text records. I set up the records on the server to say that it's like to stop somebody stealing somebody else's domain and getting their, usurping their emails, to say that you own the domain. So I did that, and so it should just be a matter now of Well, I thought you were getting those. You should be getting them now.
No, but where does it come into?
If you go to Google, if you type in like gmail.com,
yeah,
and then you go to sign in, and then you sign in with your info@irishmusictours.ie email address and put in your password, your email should be there.
God, I've done that, and no, home dashboard. I'll go back to my dashboard. No insights available. I don't know what I'm doing here. Directory devices. It's not giving me anything for emails. And I didn't.
If you just type in gmail.com.
Yeah.
And then like log in. Or
yeah.
if you currently use gmail.com, then what you're going to do is on the top right hand side, it will say there'll be like a little drop down. You can say add another account.
Yep.
So you click add another account there.
Yep, it's coming up now automatically. I've just clicked into it.
And then on that, you'll add in the info at Irish Music Tours and your password. And that will take you to your emails.
There's it. Right. Now.
You're in?
I'm in, yep.
Woohoo!
Why did it not do that? Anyway.
But now you can set that up on your phone as well. So you'll be able to view your info.
And it's just yeah.
And then the other thing, Sean, is I know I definitely said this to you before, but just to repeat it in case you forgot or anything, the great thing about your Gmail is with your Irish Music Tours is you have 10 alias accounts included in that. So what you can do now is for free, as part of what your package is, you could set up hello at Irish Music Tours, support at Irish Music Tours. You could do Sean or Brona at Irish Music Tours. Now, they'll all come into the same spot. They'll still all come into the info one, but it's that whole thing of you can separate things out, or, you know, it just also makes the operation look that bit bigger than it is.
Of course, yeah.
And, you know, somebody might prefer to email support at or hello at rather than, you know, Sean or info or whatever. And then like and you can reply from those too. So it's not only just receiving to those emails, you can have it set that you can reply from Sean at Irish Music Tours or Brona or support or contact or whatever. So you can have up to 10 on each one.
And you said you set these up in
within
just as a normal group.
I'll send you there's a Google link with like a how-to do it. I will send you the Google info sheet on how do you do it, because it is so handy just to have, like, and then
absolutely, yeah, definitely.
And also it's handy, another trick for that is, do you know, if you're signing up for stuff for free online, or like a free trial of a software, and you sign up with your info at, but then maybe you didn't get time to use it, or you want to use it some more, you're still not sure, you can sign up for another free trial with the other one. But
oh, cheater.
So yeah, it's always handy to have.
Very good. Right. And then I link my calendar in this. This is I'm getting back to the calendar now.
Yeah, so if you open up type in Google Calendar, you'll be able to sign in now with your info at.
Very good, right. I can do that later. And one last thing that I had written down here was I had a stat counter connected to the old website, so I could see the traffic and all of kind of where people were coming from, many visits a day, different things like that. Can we still do that?
Google Analytics, that's where that all will be from now on, because
that's fair enough.
Google Analytics is where it's at for that.
Right. And do I need to create an account, or?
Yeah, so remember I was saying to you the other day about, so if you start a Google Analytics account, and you need to get your analytics tracking code and give it to me, I will put that on. You need to do two, because we'll put one on each site, so you can be really sure about who's coming where for each site. And yeah, you'll have all of that information, and you'll see, you know, who's bringing you traffic from what where were they before they got to your site? Where did they go after they left your site? And things like that.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll do that in the witching hour.
Great. Okie dokie. Well, I will say goodbye, and
Lovely.
tomorrow I will send you a link to this video, and you can.
Brilliant.
Tomorrow I'll send you as well the login information, and you can get cracking.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Meg, for your time. I appreciate
it. It was great to catch up, and yeah, if you're going through anything and you have any questions, just pop me an email.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, darling.
Chat to you soon. Bye.
Bye.